r/EntitledParents, episode 36. Ep tries to take my wheelchair for Ek at Disney World thinking it was rented, gets charged. Okay, for a bit of a backstory, I have a disability to where I can walk, but not far without excruciating pain. I went to Disney with my family over the summer. It was very fun until halfway through our trip. Enter Ep and Ek. TLDR at the end. Also, this is my first Ep post, so sorry if it's not easy to understand. Cast: me, somewhat disabled teen. M, my amazing mom. D, best dad ever. Ak, amazing cop. Ep, idiot. Ek, bratty kid. PD, poor dad who has to deal with these morons. LS, my sisters that aren't important. Story: my family and I were on vacation in Disney World for a week. We were having a wonderful time until Wednesday. We were at Animal Kingdom and in line for Cali River Rapids. Enter Ep, Ek and PD. All of a sudden Ep start talking nonsense. Ep, hi, can my son please borrow your wheelchair to sit in? M, I'm sorry, our daughter has to sit there. She can't walk well and it will hurt her to walk. Ep, it's not that far. She can walk it off. M, if she can then so can your son. Ep ain't having it. Ep, just give me the goddamn wheelchair. My sisters and I couldn't believe the utter foolishness this lady had in her. D, this is a theme park for kids. Don't swear in front of children. Ep, I will report you to the wheelchair rental service. They will take yours away. D, go ahead. This is our wheelchair. They can't take it. Ep is very upset, but doesn't speak for the duration of the wait and ride. We thought this was the end of it, but no, it gets worse. My family decided to split up because my mom and I loved roller coasters and I haven't ridden Expedition Everest in years. We get in line and it turns out Ep and Ek were following us. PD wasn't there, so I assumed he didn't want to ride the coaster. I'd say that Ek was maybe 6 to 7, so I didn't know if it would be okay to let him ride because I would've been terrified to ride the ride at that age. Here's round 2 of this idiotic lady's rampage. Ep, hi again, is it okay if we go ahead of you? PD is waiting for us and we have a fast pass soon. M, I'm sorry, but from the way you treated us earlier, I couldn't care less if you missed your fast pass. Ek, I need to sit in the wheelchair. My legs hurt. Ep, let us through now or give me the wheelchair. Me, look lady, I have to sit in this chair. He can't just sit in it with me in it. Ep then pushes me out of the wheelchair and shoves her kid in it. She then tries to leave, but other guests don't allow her as they were watching this unfold. Just then a security guard comes and assesses the situation because he heard the commotion. Ak, what is going on here? Ep, these 2 people are trying to steal my wheelchair. Ak, M, is this true? M, no, this woman stole our wheelchair that my daughter needs. Bystanders start telling the cop what happened. Ep, they're lying. I rented this wheelchair out for my son who is disabled. That was the sentence that caused her to ruin her vacation. Ak, okay, I'll have to take this woman into custody until further notice. Ep thinking she'd won. What? But I did nothing wrong. Ak, you just lied to an officer. This wheelchair doesn't belong to the park, so it must belong to them. Eventually Ak and his friends asked if we wanted to press charges. We said yes and charged her for assault. After that my mom and I enjoyed the ride and told the rest of the family what happened. They were dumbfounded and we still laugh to this day. TLDR, Ep tried to steal wheelchair for non-injured son from a partially disabled teen, pushed me to the ground, lied to cop, gets taken to custody. Edit, hey everyone, I didn't think this would so many upvotes, definitely not 2 gold medals. I just wanted to say thank you. Karen didn't want her child to be late for school. Let's just say she got what she deserved. So this happened to my friends and I in the 8th grade when we were about 13. We did announcements for the school because we were all on student council. When we did announcements it was a bit different than everyone might think. Instead of a microphone we had a corded telephone that connected to the PA system that you were talking to. Keep in mind this telephone was right next to the secretary in the school's office, and if anyone talked above a whisper the sound system would pick up on them. We'd first start regular salutations, then the national anthem and finally regular morning announcements. There was only one rule. that the secretary for announcements and that was not to buzz anyone in. Front doors had locks, so you had to be buzzed in after what happened at Sandy Hook during the playing of our national anthem just out of respect for our country. Then one day disaster struck. It was a normal day in April and the secretary had just printed off our announcements we had to say for the morning. We waited until a couple minutes after the morning bell so everyone was kinda settled in class and nothing was too chaotic in the halls, so the background noise couldn't be heard. We had just started our regular salutations and I went to set up the radio so the national anthem could be played. Everyone in the office stood up for the national anthem and right as it started playing, someone had buzzed the front door. Then it buzzed again. After the third buzz my friends and I looked at each other like oh shit something's about to go down. The person at the buzzer, M, did not stop buzzing for the duration of the national anthem, which is 2 minutes. Like I said earlier, the secretary did not let her in due to the national anthem playing. After the anthem was done M and her child were finally let in. We all saw M storm into the school, practically dragging her child behind her, swing open the door to the office, and if looks could kill we all would have been dead right there in the office. She then pushes students out of the line for signing in late and starts to have a full out tantrum and cuss out the secretary while we were on the PA system doing announcements. So basically, the entire school was hearing in on this while we tried our best to do announcements. M continues to call our secretary a bitch and an asshole for not letting her and her precious daughter in when they first buzzed in and now she's gonna be really late for work, which by the way, if you're late you're late. A couple minutes won't make much of a difference. Our secretary told her over and over again that it was a school policy that she couldn't let anyone in during the national anthem and all she had to really do was sign her daughter in, which would have taken like 10 seconds. M was not having any of it. It got very ugly when M started getting in her face and threatening her all the while we were trying to do announcements. At that point everyone in the office was staring and trying to get the lady to calm down. The principal was also called because the situation was getting out of hand. Then, M and I met eyes while I was talking on the announcements. She looked at me with pure hatred and proceeded to take the corded telephone from my hand and slam it to the floor. I was shocked. My friends were shocked. Everyone in the office was shocked. We were all then quickly escorted to a room in the office and locked in, including M's child, who I felt really bad for. She was absolutely mortified at her mother's behavior. And a code green was also issued. It basically just means to stay out of the hallways for a period of time. We heard her continue to slam things in the office. There was about $6,000 worth of damage she did, and the police were called. Once the police arrived, they had apparently took her away in cuffs. We did not see her get taken away, although a few students saw her get taken away through the window. My friends and any student that were in the office were then sent home after what had happened in the office that morning. We did not hear anything after the incident. The school did not inform our parents what had happened after that morning. There were a couple rumors that floating around that M's husband was very wealthy and he had paid the school a large amount of money to keep their mouths shut and to drop any potential charges the school had planned. I doubt this is actually what happened. And the second was that the woman was banned from dropping her daughter off at school and was not allowed to be within 100 meters of the school, and the secretary had hired a lawyer and sued the woman and got a large sum of money from winning her case. Anyways, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for reading. Remember to always be careful around apps. You never know what they're capable of or what they're going to do if they do not get their way. And no, I'm not making this up. I really wish I was, but this is truly how it all went down. I'm now in high school and I will update if anything happens with them. Thanks again and have a great day. My entitled sister. Now I have a lot of siblings, but this is about my second older sister, G. We were close going up, but after she left home and had a kid, boy did she change. The first time I saw her after several years, she demanded I get pregnant and have a baby, since she and my other older sister already had a kid. Well, after 2 years, she comes by on Christmas morning with her boyfriend, nice guy, and her spoiled brat of a child, my nephew. She sits down on the couch, looks at one of my younger sisters, and says, "Bring me something to eat." Those were the first words out of her mouth. Not "hi," not "I missed you," just a demand to feed her. The rest of the visit, she let her kid roam wild in the house. She never got off the couch, and if we asked her where her son was, she'd look at the nearest sibling and say, "You were supposed to be watching him. You're his aunt. It's your job to look after him." She had to drop off her kid at his dad's for Christmas, then she came back for Christmas dinner. Now I make really good deviled eggs. One of my uncles gets super excited when I bring them. I brought like 30, plenty for everyone to have 2 or 3. Nope. My older sister ate 10 of them. She ate almost half of the deviled eggs and my uncle didn't get any. Of course, she was unapologetic. Present time came, and we gave gifts. My older sister got $200 cash from my uncles. However, my older sister was deeply angry that I got presents. She got presents too, but just in the morning. My nana opened her present from me, and my sister immediately asked if she could have it. She flat out took my nana's Christmas gift, and still to this day feels no remorse, and thinks it was totally okay. We aren't that close anymore. Mother tries to guilt trip over her father not being invited to my wedding. My 12-year-old son told me I should post this, so I figured, why not? Sorry, I'm on the computer for one of the first times ever on Reddit, so I don't understand how the format is going to work. EM equals MY narcissistic mother, unfortunately. ME equals THE coolest mom ever. M equals CHILD molester grandfather. A little bit of a background for you. This happened before my 12-year-old was even a twinkle in my husband's eye. My mother and her sisters were molested by their father for many years when they were children. I have always known this was the reason we never had a relationship with him, and I had no intention of ever having one. Time goes by, and after I turn 18 my mother decides to let him back into her life. Fine, whatever, it's not my life, and he's still not going to be in my life, so, although I think she's stupid, it's none of my business. Side note, my parents were extremely abusive mentally, physically, and emotionally, but never sexually. Even though there were some disturbing interactions with someone who did rape my sister, my parents sold their prescription pills to him, and they didn't want to lose his business. My husband saved me from their abuse, but it took us a while to actually get married. We were going over who would make the cut for the wedding guest list when my M pipes up. You should invite M to your wedding. I'm sure he would love to be there. Me, no. For one, I don't have a relationship with him, and for two, hubby has a 4-year-old niece, and I'm planning to invite my godsister who is 6 years old, and there's no way in hell I'm letting a pedophile anywhere near them. I shit you not, this was her response. Crying crocodile tears, why not? He's impotent now, he can't hurt them. Me, how do you know? Have you stuck your hand down his pants lately to find out? No, he told me so. Me, I'm not taking that chance based on the word of a pedophile. There's no way in hell he's coming, and that's the end of it. Don't like it, don't come. I walked back inside and got my hubby and walked out fuming while she was still crying. Unfortunately, this really is not the only story I have from my family, but he never did come to my wedding. He died before we were actually able to get married, which was a plus for me. I demand you pay for or steal the snacks for my child's birthday party. Background: at the local movie theater you can host birthday parties for kids for free, provided you come see a movie, of course. You have to contact the theater to let us know what movie you'll be seeing and at what time. We then reserve an accessory amount of seats in the cafeteria so your party can take place after the movie. You have to provide the snacks yourself and still need to pay for the drinks you order, but you can hand us over your snacks, usually cake or pancakes, so we can put them in the fridge behind the bar and get everything ready on your table. Cake put on plates, pancakes heated up, etc. by the time your movie is over. Also important, my only other job, where I had to regularly interact with customers, was at my mum's pub. I'm always polite, but when your mom is your boss you can afford to be a bit more cocky with rude customers. It's a habit that's hard to break, especially when you're still regularly helping out at your mom's pub ***the story. So this happened a couple of years ago, while I was still working in the local theater. It was during the winter break, which is generally the busiest period of the year. I had the cafeteria shift, along with someone else. Before the first movies of the day played, we had 2 sets of parents hand over their snacks and we take their info, whose party, what movie, how many people, so we could have everything ready on time. After the pre-movie rush, we start refilling the shelves, to have everything restocked by break time. This is when the person who works the register comes down to help us restock, and informs us about the 3 birthday parties after the first movies. I tell him that's odd, we've only received the info for 2 parties. Luckily, he remembered how many tickets he sold them, and for what movie, so we can have at least their tables ready. They'll probably hand over their snacks during the break, or get them out of their car after the movie. Happens from time to time. Boy, was he wrong. Break time comes and goes, and still nothing about our mystery parties snacks. We restock our shelves, and get everything ready for the parties. The first 2 parties came to watch the same movie, so we put them in the same part of the cafeteria, as we can close this part of to prevent other people from getting to their snacks. The parties arrive, recognize their respective snacks, parents come to get some more drinks which we put on their tab, and enjoy their kids' respective party. By this time, the third party arrived at the cafeteria, and we point them to their reserved tables. This is also when people for the next batch of movies start arriving and ordering drinks/snacks, so it's starting to get more busy. After taking their seats, the entitled mother, M, walks up to the bar and orders 18 sodas. These are half-liter bottles, at €2.8 a piece. She hands me a €100 bill, and I give her back her change. This is where the fun begins. M, excuse me, but you seem to have made a mistake. Me, sorry, what seems to be the problem? M, you didn't give me all of my change. You ordered 18 sodas, that's €50.4. You gave me 100, so I returned 49.6. M, shouldn't I get a discount? It's my child's birthday party, look how many people we brought. Me, nope, sorry ma'am. At this point, I turned to another customer, as it was getting busy. She scoffed, went back to her table, and I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. 10 minutes later, and things had gotten really busy. Manager had sent someone extra to help out. While I was hopping from customer to customer, my colleague, who had only started working there that winter break, tapped my shoulder and said she had a customer who demanded to talk to the person in charge. As I was the person behind the bar, who had worked there the longest, and the manager was indisposed, that was me. I turned around, and lo and behold, entitled mother was there glaring at me. Me, what seems to be the prob? M, what is taking you so long? Me, excuse me? M, we have been waiting for over 15 minutes, and you still haven't taken our order. Me, what are you talking about? M, our food, you took their orders \*points at other parties \when are you coming to take ours? Me, ma'am, we don't take orders, or provide anything for your party for that matter. You're supposed to bring your own snacks. M, what? That's bullshit. How are we supposed to know that? Me, did you really think we would provide food for 18 people for free? Now, if that's all, I really need to get back to. M, no. This will not do. I demand you provide us with suitable snacks for my child's party. It's what we were promised. Me, still trying to be polite, but dropping my customer service voice. What do you want me to do, lady? Abandon my shift to drive to the nearest supermarket and buy you some pancakes? M, yes, that would be adequate. Me, yeah. Backslash asterisk GESTURES to the busy cafeteria, not going to do that, lady. Then take something of this backslash asterisk POINTS at other PARTIES backslash asterisk. They obviously have enough, and my child deserves snacks on his party. It's what he was promised. One of the parents from these parties stood relatively nearby to order something important for later. Me, so now you want me to steal from our customers? I want you to provide me with the service I was promised. Me, tell you what I'm gonna do, lady. I'm getting back to work. I turned and left to help take someone else's order. She stomped off, going on about how she'd inform your manager and how I'll be sorry for this. 15 minutes later, and the rush has subsided. The parents of the other parties had had most of their kids' guests already picked up and had waited until it was less busy to pay their tabs. While I was doing this, my manager showed up with M in tow, looking at me with a shit-eating grin. Manager, Castle Fist, I've received a complaint from this woman that you refused to give them their snacks. Is this true? I explain how I couldn't give them their snacks as they hadn't even handed over or brought snacks in the first place. Manager, ma'am, is this true? Backslash asterisk STAMMERING backslash asterisk. Well, yes, but you should be more clear in that we are supposed to bring them yourselves. Also, this man was incredibly rude to me. At this point, the father of one of the other parties from earlier jumped in. He told my manager of how M made a bunch of outrageous demands, including ordering me to steal their food, and was incredibly rude to both me and my colleague. He also told him how helpful I was with their party, and how any perceived rudeness was just because I was hurrying up to get back to my other customers. After this, M just fell silent, and my manager basically told her to get her head out of her ass and leave the theater. She sunk back to her seat and told her party to get ready to leave. The parents of the other parties paid their tab and even gave us their leftover cake as thank you for our service. The father made sure to say it loud enough so that M could hear it and winked at me. We ate that cake during our evening break, laughing about that M. It tasted extra sweet to me. No, you can't have my saxophone. Hey friends, how are y'all doing? So, this happened yesterday. I own a soprano saxophone, not an expensive one, just a cheap one I bought off of Amazon. Frick me, I know, but I don't have the budget for either a Yamaha or a Yanagisawa. And it plays fine. Anyways, yesterday, I was playing in my room in my house, just a bunch of Kenny G songs. I have an unhealthy obsession. An hour and a half later, give or take, I hear a knock on my door while I stop to drink water. So I go downstairs with my saxophone. Don't know why I brought it. I blanked out, I guess. I open the door to see an Indian lady outside my door with a girl who couldn't be more than maybe 13. Cast asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash dimwit who can't tell a clarinet from a saxophone asterisk asterisk ek asterisk asterisk dash fuckface who almost entered my saxophone asterisk asterisk me slash op asterisk asterisk dash the saxophone. Who else? Asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash hello. I heard you're playing from outside. It was very good op, thanks. It means a lot. Can I help you? Asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash yes, actually. You know, my daughter is in band this year. She plays the clarinet op. Oh, really? That's cool asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash do you have any advice for her? Op just practice rhythm, learn music theory, and want to continuously get better asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash thank you so much. Also, my daughter is using a school instrument right now. Can she have yours? Op what? No. She doesn't even play the same instrument as me. Even if she did, I saved up to buy this, so I'd rather not give it away. The only time I would is if I got a better saxophone and used that one as my primary horn asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash what do you mean it's not the same? My daughter has the same thing, it's just black op your daughter plays a clarinet. Both our instruments are in the same key, but they are different instruments. Saxophones and clarinets aren't the same thing asterisk asterisk ek asterisk asterisk dash that's not a saxophone. That's a clarinet, just golden. Saxophones have a curve at the end op, there are straight saxophones, like mine. And saxophones and clarinets are definitely different. For a clarinet, don't you have to cover holes with your fingers, like the recorder? This has keys. I press down on the keys, while you use fingers. Just because it's straight doesn't make it a clarinet asterisk asterisk em asterisk asterisk dash well, if it's not, then she can just change to the saxophone. No big deal, just hand it over op lady, I said that I wouldn't give it to you, regardless if she played the saxophone or not. Listen, you guys are making me uncomfortable, so please leave. I closed the door, and this dipshit of a daughter swiped at my saxophone, after I put it on a chair. As I was trying to keep the mom from entering the house, this shitface barely got past me, and swiped at it. She managed to tag it, and it fell off the chair, so needless to say, I was pissed. So, I ended up shoving them out of the house, as I'd rather have a damaged saxophone, rather than a stolen one. The saxophone ended up fine, no dents or anything, so there's that. And it still played fine, as that was the first thing I checked, after looking for a dent. So yeah, that's my story of a dipshit mom and daughter who don't know the difference between a clarinet and a saxophone. I get yelled at for the way I hold my lunchbox. I'm not really sure if this belongs here, so correct me if it doesn't, and I'm also on Mobilecast M, entitled Mommy. I feel like it's kinda obvious Park, poor child 8 or 9 and maybe entitled, but I don't know. So today I was walking home from school, and for whatever reason I like to hold my lunchbox with only my middle finger. Why? I don't know, I just do. So on to the actual story. I was walking minding my own business and suddenly I hear a really loud screech. I don't think much of it, because it's pretty common. I keep walking, and then I hear the devil sound ahem. I just want to get home, because it's 105 outside, and I still have about half a mile to go, so I keep walking, and don't look back I looked back quickly, just to see what was happening, and that was a great mistake. Can I help you yes. First you can start by listening to adults, when they acknowledge you. I was listening to an amazing song with earbuds on full blast, so I couldn't hear very well, and I didn't care okay, but I didn't know you were trying to talk to me asterisk SCOFFSAGGRESSIVELY asterisk wow, are you deaf? No Well anyway, the second thing I wanted to talk to you about was your hand. Confused. What about it You're holding it with your middle finger Okay do you hate Christians? Why would I hate Christians You're holding with your middle finger. I start to walk away, but she doesn't like that Hey, get back here. Stopping and looking back again. What do you want You're scaring my daughter to me. Okay, that's not my problem. Opens the car door and the daughter is perfectly fine. Look at her, she looks back, and the daughter isn't crying or looking sad, so the snaps, and then whispers, like we rehearsed at her, and she starts fake crying. I walked off, and gave her the bad while walking away as she screamed at me. In case you didn't get it, her car was the one that screeched, and she got out of her car to yell at me.